Alright, Munchkin Butts, this is a comedy video. It's being made to make you laugh, to put a smile on that sweet, precious face of yours, and I sincerely hope, with every fiber of my being, that you're having a good day. Now, hold on. Hold on, baby cakes. My name is Leslie Williams, and I'm in San Diego, California right now, and this is going to be nothing but a complete comedy video. That's right. Now, hold on, I gotta get situated. I gotta be able to make sure that I'm got all my stuff in order. Hold on. Now, today's date is August 2nd, 2014. It really is. Now, let me put on my shirt, and then I'm gonna readjust the camera to make sure that it's seeing me okay. And, my arm is finally starting to feel a little bit better. I broke it on June 2nd, 2014. Hold on. Alright, Munchkin Butts. Now, one last thing I gotta do here, and that's prop up my camera in order to be able to take this picture. Can you see me okay? What's happening? This is going to be what is known as a comedy video. And every now and then I make comedy videos in order to be able to put a smile on that sweet, precious face that you have. And so, after the video is made, I can watch it myself and have a smile myself. What are you doing right now? I'm hiking in California, in La Jolla. And, now you gotta understand, I'm gonna be serious just for a second. When I make comedy videos, it's my complete intention to put a smile on that face by acting as goofy and as comical and as cute as possible. In fact, hang on. I gotta find one of my props that I usually use when I make my videos, because the whole goal is to not just act physically comical, but to also dress the part by putting my hat on. That's right, baby cakes. Now, it's almost 7 o'clock, and since I got a 7 o'clock burger scheduled to, I got a 7 o'clock burger to pick, so I'm not going to be making this video very long. Anyways, so I want to know what you did today. What did you do? Anything special? Did you walk your doggy? Did you feed your birds? Anyways, alright, I guess I can tell you what I did today. Hold on. What I did today was I got into an area where I had some property hidden at. Again, I'm camping in San Diego. And, so what I did was, I got into an area where I got some property hidden at, okay? And what I did was I went through it in order to itemize it and categorize it. And also so I could create some more open space for some new property that I bought. Now that I told you what I did today, in about 15 minutes, once I'm done making this video, I'm going to have to get outside of my tent and throw away all the bags that weren't needed. Guess what I had for dinner? I had a tortilla. And, I'm going to have it for, no, actually I had that for lunch, and I'm going to have that for dinner, too. Leftovers. You know what I mean? So, anyways, so I'm just kind of like tying up the loose ends pertaining to what I did today. So, anyways, what's happening? What's new? What's new, Magoo? What's new in the hood? Now, this right here is what is called a sports horn. Now, women can buy this horn, and even children can buy this, and even men actually, can buy this horn and put it and attach it to their waist in case a robber tries to rob you or assault you. That way you can blow it while you're screaming, and hopefully, at the same time all that's going on, you can also be blowing a whistle. That's right. See, I'm a whistleblower in general, so I'm being attacked because I'm a whistleblower, so when I get attacked because I'm a whistleblower, I blow my whistle. Anyways, so, check out what I did today. Now, I bought a camping kit 2 days ago, like the 4th one, because I'm setting up multiple different hiking areas, and I want to make sure that I had the appropriate necessities at each one. So I was going, like I said already, that I've been going through some of my property in order to be able to categorize it by itemizing it, and then making appropriate bags per hiking area where I plan on dropping off identical kits at each. And check out what I did. I stumbled across an older bag. I bought it initially for my toothbrush, but then it started not fitting very well in my backpack. So I decided to keep it in case I could use it for another reason. Hold on. Do you see this box of spaghetti? I bought it with my own money. Okay? Now that we got that covered, what I could do at any time is take the spaghetti out of this box. Okay? And break it in half, shove it down inside of this, put this with this, and carry it with me. And at any time I could have a vittle. That's right. It's called Get Up and Go Vittles. I do apologize for the burpee. I just got done eating some Pop-Tarts again. Anyways, so what I did today was I basically made up what is known as a 72-hour grab bag. Check it out. In fact, I'm going to show you what I bought the other day at Walmart. Now, don't misunderstand the purpose behind this purchase. I do not drink. Why did I buy this then, you might say to yourself? Actually, I bought two. And I'm going to tell you why I bought it. This is a stainless steel flask. Now, do you see how small it is in reference to its width and its height? Very small, okay? It can easily fit on the side pocket of my backpack, my duffel bag, my carry-alls. Now, you might think to yourself, well, why would I want to do this? Well, check it out. See, what you can do is that when you're hiking, like I'm hiking right now, and when I at any time I could take my little folding stove that I got, or if it gets down to the real nitty gritty, hang on. Or if it gets down to the real nitty gritty, I don't even need my folding stove. All I have to do is take a stick. I mean, if it really gets really bad. In fact, I wouldn't even really need this. I could just use this. In fact, the reason why I'm going to talk about this, just in case some children are watching this, or teenagers who might end up homeless one day for whatever reasons, it's always good to be able to know how to have some survival skills that maybe Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or the Brownies didn't teach you. Back in the day, when the Depression was going on, back in the early 1930s, I think it was. Anyways, there's a, you can go to YouTube and you can go to Google, and you can type in the hobo stove. Number 10 can stoves were used on a fever scale by millions of people in America in order to use these actual cans as pots to cook things in. Now, let's review this subject just for a second. If you go into any store, it doesn't have to be a Ralph store, okay? It can be a Vons, it can be an Albertson, it can be a Kroger, bada bada boom. And you can buy a ramen noodle. I remember when they were only 10 cents a piece. Now they're over a quarter. Can you believe that? Anyways, so think to yourself, how much weight would it really, how much weight, like in other words, in San Diego, in California, that's one thing I'll say about the California government, at least as of right now. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to probably eventually have to do it because I got school loans to pay off because I was, well, that's another story. I'm not going to go there. But anyways, in California, if you're really down and out, you can pick a corner and stand on the street with a sign. I haven't done that yet, but with the way things are going, I have a feeling that that might possibly be something I might have to do in the future. There's a lot of very good, innocent, law-abiding individuals that do that in California because they're down on their luck. Anyways, so I'm making these statements just in case you find yourself down on your luck and you might not realize what you can do in order to be able to make sure that you stay fed. Now, remember, this is a comedy video, so me acting goofy, comical, silly, and even a little bit childish is my intention. To put a smile on that face. Now, anyways, the number 10 can is about this size. Okay, and basically what you want to do is after you open it up and eat the vittles that are in it, is you want to clean the can out and save it. Now, if you ever find yourself in a homeless situation, especially if you're a woman, you want to make sure that you make healthy and appropriate safe choices in reference to taking care of yourself. And so, you don't want to turn to crime in order to feed yourself. Of course not, because that's not fair to the people that you might be making a crime against. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is this, is that all you have to do, you don't even have to have the money to get a number 10 can, because all you have to do is look at a garbage can. You can be walking down the street and see somebody kicking a can, and you can ask them if you can have it. So, the whole point is, you can use this can as a pot. And then you can go stand on the corner and hold up a sign saying, I'm a little bit in need of some money, can you please help me out? And then you should be able to at least get $1 or $2 for that day. Then you can go buy a ramen noodle, water's usually free, pour some water in this, put the ramen noodle in it, and then use a stick to dig yourself a hole in the ground. And then put a bunch of other sticks inside the ground, inside the hole, light it on fire, and then position this with the water and the ramen noodle in it, and there you go. 1 ramen noodle for the day. See, it is my intention to... Now, that's the reason why I actually bought this. See, because I bought this, and then I got this. If this was straight up, it'd probably be about the same size as this. Maybe a teeny bit bigger, okay? But I bought this because this, in reference to its width and its height, okay, it's not as round as this, so it's going to take up less, even though it's longer than this. It's going to fit more comfortably inside of my duffel bag and my backpack, my 72-hour grab-and-go bag, okay? And so that's what I'm doing. Now, actually, what's inside of this right now is a bunch of heat warmers, okay? And what the camera is literally sitting on right now is a bag full of other very small but very resourceful cooking stuff that I can use for camping. In case I ever have to leave this area immediately, I can just grab it and go. It's called the Grab and Go Kit. Anyways, so I bought this, okay, so I could use this for the water. Now, if I'm ever in a situation where, let's say if I move to another hiking area, and I got this situated in a spot so I don't have to have it on my person at all times, okay, and then somebody comes by and says, I gotta move within an hour, okay, this can be set aside and hidden somewhere, and I can come back and get it, but this can be grabbed and automatically thrown. It's a backup. It can be put in my duffel bag in my backpack. Now, you could put water in this, okay, and literally lay this on some charcoals, whether it be charcoals of charcoals, or whether it be just charcoals of lit tree branches and stuff that were used for your campfire. That will heat the water. You pour the water into the can, and you have your ramen noodles. I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams. Now, what you gotta understand here, so when you look at it, this and this, okay, and you can use anything for a bowl, for ramen noodles. In fact, you wouldn't believe the things that I have discovered in reference to my camping. In order to be able to keep as much mess out of sight of my tent, you know, having plastic plates and plastic bowls and everything like that just takes up too much room inside my tent. So here's another resourceful tip that I've only really used it a couple times, to be totally honest with you, because what I do is I take my, where'd it go? Oh well, can't find it right now. But anyways, oops, hold on. What you can do is you can take the lid, like say, pretend this is a paper plate. You can take your paper plate, and then you can put a Ralph's grocery bag on top of it. Okay? Just like this. Okay? That way you're not constantly going through all your paper plates. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I am concerned about the environment, make no mistake about it, but sometimes you have to do what you gotta do. Now, you can make your ramen noodle or spaghetti by carrying the spaghetti in this and the water in this that's needed to heat it. Then once it's made, you can take, in fact, let me show you what, well, it's already, in fact, let me show you some of my little doodads inside my kit. But what I was leading to is that you can put the spaghetti in this, okay, and then you could put the water in this and heat up the water, okay, and then you could use this to, well, you could use this for the spaghetti, and you could use this for the water that you'll pour into here to boil the spaghetti for to boil the water for the spaghetti, and then you can put the spaghetti in this. Okay, there's many things that you can do in order to be able to carry with you things that you, because what you want to do when you got your 72-hour grab-and-go kits is you want to be able to get all the needs met while having to carry as little as possible, because you never can tell when you might have to run again. Now, this right here is probably one of the most cutest things I ever bought. I bought this, to be totally honest with you, at UCSD bookstore, and it's filled up with Tang powder. You know, T-A-N-G, orange juice powder. Okay, so that's one of the things in my grab-and-go bag, because I'm getting away from drinking soda. For one, soda is not good for you at all, and it's too expensive. So, and plus that's got vitamin C. Now, this right here is just going to be an extra, like for an extra bag. Okay, now this is not my 72-hour grab-and-go kit, not by any means. This is a plastic bag that's going to go in it, okay, for clothes. I have a bunch of stuff. Oh, you wouldn't believe the cool stuff that I got packed up in my real 72-hour grab-and-go kits. This right here is just basically for the cooking of the grab-and-go. Now, what I got inside here is a bunch of airtight packaged noodles and powders that will flavor the noodles. Just like, you know how you got that powder that comes with the ramen noodles. Here's my second flask that's already filled with water. Okay, I'm grabbing the stuff out of the bag right now so I can show you what's in it. Okay, so far we got the Tang, we got now the flask. The reason why I bought the flask was because it's thin, it's tall enough to carry more than 8 ounces. Okay, and since it's stainless steel, it can be put on. This can be actually put on an open flame. Now let me give you a little, just in case anybody wants to know. Like if you go to Walmart on any day and you buy the little cooking kit that this came in, because this actually came in with the inside of another pot as well. Whenever you're cooking over an open flame, okay, using these kinds of pots and stuff, what you want to do is take some liquid soap and put it on a napkin. Okay, a real small amount, just like as if you were putting lotion on your skin. And what you want to do is you want to wipe that soap, liquid soap, all over the bottom of your pot, or all over the bottom of this, because once you put this on the heat, you're going to end up getting black soot, okay, on your pans. But if you put the liquid soap on and rub it on, make sure it's fully covered, but light, not like you know, like extremely heavy or nothing. When you then put it on the flame, it'll cook what you want to eat, and then when you're done with it, and then the pot has cooled off, all you got to do is wipe, and the soot comes right off. So that's a little tip for you. So what you want to do is you want to get a little itty bitty aspirin bottle and fill it with soap, and then tape up the top and stick that in your little grab and go bag, because we all know when you go camping that you don't want that soot. Now here is here's another bag of these little instant potatoes, 3 packages of instant potatoes that I put together. Now, to be totally honest with you, this was not the best cooking grab-and-go bag that I've ever made, because if you're really, the best, in my opinion, the best way to prepare a food grab-and-go bag is to be able to put as much in it that's going to last you as many meals as you can, and definitely protein as well. Okay, but so the point I'm trying to make is that this right here, if I really stretched it out, could be 6 meals. Okay, 2 servings per thing. Okay, but what would really last you would be spaghetti, noodles, beans, and rice. Okay, so remember that, and those are very cost-effective things to buy. Now this is my folding stove right here. I have about 5 of these. Okay, and it's a folding stove that you can buy, and you can also buy the fuel, but you don't have to buy like that name brand fuel. You can always just buy the cheap stuff. And what's cool about these little cans of fuel that you buy to put inside the stove is that once the can of fuel is gone, okay, I mean once the fuel inside the can is gone, you can still use the can to put alcohol in it and use it as an alcohol stove, which you can YouTube, so you can understand how to make your alcohol stoves. Alcohol is very light to carry around with you, and it works very well. Or you can use the can to put sticks and timber and other stuff like that, and then use that as a source of fuel. Okay, so let's look at this. This right here in itself, just the folding stove, the fuel can, which can also be used as a alcohol stove or a wood burning stove. Then you got the flask, okay? Then you got the flask, and then you got this. Okay? Now this right here gives you a comfortable, these right here are comfortable tools that you can use, okay, to cook something. And look how little it is. Okay, that can, and considering the fact that these are, pretty thin, okay, look how thin the flask is, The pan's real thin. The gel, the fuel gel, is very small, and the folding stove is very flat. So you can compartmentalize this in your duffel bag and carry all very, very well. All right, let's see what else we got here. Now, this is just a preliminary. This is not at all by any means my 72-hour grab and go bag. This is just like an addendum, a small emergency cooking kit grab and go bag. Now here's some moist wipes. I personally prefer to show people that it's probably better off and cheaper for them to try and find some really good sturdy napkins and use 3 of them. What I do is use 3 of them and I fold them on top of each other in different triangular ways. Okay, see how I did them, and then I fold them onto each other. This is how I wash my face and my body. Okay, I also use sponges and stuff like that I bought from Walmart. But what I'm saying though is that these things right here, because this can get very costly. Okay, this is more like a treat for me right here. But the point I'm trying to say is that there's many things that you can do. Just try and find like really strong napkins that are inside the bathrooms at restaurants. Okay, and what you can do is take them and fold them take 3 of them and fold them. And then what you got to do is you got to get a little bowl from the deli at your neighborhood grocery store that you would put like a salad in. And then you fill it up with water, you put these napkins in it, okay, and then wring them out and use them accordingly. So you fold up a bunch of these and you put them in 3 or 4 plastic bags, because one thing about hiking is that a lot of your property, like your sleeping bags, your clothes, your blankets, your socks, your underwear, any cloth, okay, will pick up the outdoor odor of the landscape. Okay, and if your nose is sensitive, and you might even, especially if you suffer from migraines, you don't want to be washing your face with a piece of paper towel that smells like you know, like the trees and the landscape. So you want to, and plus also in case you might caught in the rain, you want to make sure that you put your plastic towels inside of a plastic bag, and it's always good to double the bag and then bread tie them. Now let's see what else we got here. Now this is my actual bathing sponge. It's a bathing sponge cloth. And as you can see, I got it double bagged and then taped with electrical tape. And this is done to keep the elements out, to keep it clean. Okay? Because if this gets wet, like say if I'm walking with it one day and it starts raining and it gets wet, and then I get distracted in current things that are going on, and if I don't clean it out right away, it's going to get all mildewy, musty, and stinky. So you always want to make sure that you put it in your little grab and go thing. Now this right here is actually the other skillet that came with this Walmart kit. Okay, and this nice. Since I already got it wrapped up, I can tell you what it looks like. So that's it for this. And then what else do I got here? Oh, I got some Band-Aids. Because you never can tell when you might get a boo-boo. So this is just a few items that I put in a temporary, okay, grab and go kitchen kit. Because if you ever have to, if you're hiking, especially if you're hiking on property that's not your own, okay, you want to, and you got to, and if you have to move. Now let me just show you another thing here before I finish that remark. This right here can be used as a strainer, okay, that you can put on top of any usually normal top of any cup. Okay, so you can put the ramen noodles inside the cup after you boil them, okay, and then turn the cup upside down. You want to tape this inside the cup, and then turn this upside down, and this will drain the water out. Okay, this actually came out of this cup right here. I don't know how well you can see it. It's starting to get dark out, so I'm going to probably have to end this video. So, this was just my way to show you that these can be, now, these flasks, okay, these flasks are excellent things to have, okay, because you can have a ramen, you don't even really need this pot, because as long as you got something, anything, this flask to put water on, you can just put this flask right on the heat, whether it be an active flame, okay, or just a heat that's coming from charcoals, okay. You can heat up the water, and then you can put the ramen noodle in anything. You can even put a ramen noodle, you can put a ramen noodle in anything that won't melt, or at least anything that won't melt right away, okay. So the whole goal for you is to be able to carry as many things that you need to carry while minimizing the weight of it, okay. Because when you never know when shit hits the fan, and please excuse my language because I cannot stand swearing. I really don't like swearing. The only time I really swear is when I get mad. And even when I get mad, I don't swear. I usually only swear when I get really mad. Alright, hold on a second though. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, the reason why, let me just wrap this up because it's starting to get dark out and you're probably not able to see me as good as you were a minute ago. Okay, so the reason why I made this video was not only to just put a smile on that sweet precious face of yours, okay, but it was also made in order to be able to give you some ideas pertaining to how you can prepare your grab and go kit. And hold on, crap. Pertaining to how you can prepare a grabbing 72-hour bug out bag. Now, it's very important for everybody, especially if you're homeless, to have some reserved food and water. Preferably, I've read enough survival blogs and videos to know that it's always good not to have everything you own in one place because of thieves, beggars, and I don't mean to say that to make it sound, you know, like crass or anything, but if you're in a survival situation, you got to take care of yourself. I'm not saying don't share. You want to be you want to definitely use discernment concerning who you get involved with. I don't get involved with nobody personally. But the point I'm trying to make is that, you know, if you ever find yourself homeless, the best thing to do is to stockpile up on water and food, okay, and learn how to hide it, in order to keep the animals away from it and to keep it out of sight pertaining to other people. Because you never can tell nowadays, ladies and gentlemen, when something's going to happen and you're going to have to bug out right away. Okay? There's a lot of things going on right now that's crazy in this world, and you never can predict what might be going on a month down the road. So it's always better to, I highly recommend for anybody and everybody to go to YouTube and Google and type in survival bags, survival bug out bags, 72-hour bug out bag. It's called shit hits the fan bug out bags. I didn't name it. I'm only just restating what it's called. And then you would be able to learn some life skills. You can also learn how to build yourself a shelter out of just what's in the landscape. I've already teach myself how to build a A-frame, a lean-to, a double lean-to, okay, and some other stuff that I'm not going to elaborate on. No weapons or anything, it's just other types of shelters and stuff, because I don't want to give away my secrets that are used for security purposes. But anyways, this is a good buy. This only cost me, I think, about $3.50, $4, okay, and it doesn't take a lot of room at all in my bag. It can be used for water, and the water can be set down. Now, when you, in case kids are watching this, I want you to understand something. If you put water in this, if you put water in anything that's got a lid, especially a tight lid like this, when you put the water in it and you put it on the fire, you can't have the lid on it, or it'll explode. Okay, so once you put the water in this and you put it on the fire, you got to make sure that the lid is taken off, or otherwise the steam from the water will explode. Okay, so you always want to make sure that when this is sitting on any type of heat source, once you got the water in it, that the actual flask is left open as it's on the heat source. Okay, because the steam has to have a release. Okay, I'm in San Diego, California, and my name is Leslie Williams, and I'm going to literally end this video right now so it doesn't end up to be an hour long. And I do appreciate you listening, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.